Got so many brilliant young English players at the moment.
Phil Foden, and if he's officially world class, we've got some...
He goes down as arguably the best English player.
Chance to release Foden! 3-0! De Bruyne with a through.
Does anyone remember all that talk about Phil Foden's inconsistency and his struggles to nail down a starting spot? Forget that. This season, Foden's exploded. I mean, he's properly announced himself and is second only to Erling Haaland in goals and assists for Manchester City this year. He's not just a wonder kid anymore, he is world class. Even Pep Guardiola agrees. Foden is now a vital cog in City's machine, much like David Silva was in his prime. But hold up, is anyone actually noticing? Or is everyone too busy with the Jude Bellingham hype train? While everyone's raving about Bellingham, Foden's quietly dominating. Is Phil Foden the new David Silva, a City legend in the making? At 23, trophies and City legend status are well within his grasp. Could his statue be next to David Silva's someday? Let's break down why everyone should start noticing Phil Foden. The fact of the matter is, Foden's trophy cabinets are just as decorated as Silva's, along with an extra Premier League and, as of last year, the almighty Champions League. With so many wonder kids nowadays, it's easy to get lost amongst the rest. Take Jude Bellingham this year, who has enjoyed a wonderful debut season so far at Real Madrid, along with his now infamous goal celebration. Bellingham is in every newspaper, Instagram post, TikTok edit, or whatever it may be, and for good reason. But with only 3 less goal contributions this year, one could argue that Foden's performances have been overlooked because of Jude Bellingham, the new kid on the block, so to speak. Obviously, Bellingham's talents have been known about for some time, but this first season at Real Madrid has no doubt been extremely impressive, and it seems as if much of the focus has been on him. And it somewhat makes sense, in an era where recency bias seems to be as powerful as ever, some are praising Bellingham as the top English talent. But Foden's performances are arguably both as impressive and more consistent than his counterpart. This year, Foden has become an integral part in many of City's attacking play, operating in the half spaces where he so intelligently can get on the ball and carry it up the field. The last thing any opposing manager wants is Phil Foden charging at the defense. And then you add Erling Haaland's perfectly timed runs, and you have a combination that is deadly. Foden offers such a different profile from the other offensive players like Doku, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, etc., and has given a burst of new life into Manchester City's offense, which didn't necessarily need it, but certainly saw some of the output decrease from last year. And his chance creation isn't the only thing that has improved significantly. His 11 Premier League goals are a testament to his incredible finishing and game IQ, allowing him to be in the right places to finish his chances. Currently, Foden is in the top 10 Premier League goal scorer of this year, which is an incredible feat given that the other players populating the list are strikers who receive many more chances per game. Going back to the Bellingham comparison, it's important to mention that Bellingham this year has found himself in an attacking mid or even false 9 role, usually being Real Madrid's highest player on the field. Not to take away from his goal-scoring abilities whatsoever, but it is only logical that he receives more chances and opportunities to score, especially with the likes of Vinicius Jr. or Rodrigo supplying the chances. On the other hand, Foden is in a squad stacked with players with an eye for goal, with Haaland, Bernardo Silva, and Doku, and more all being very attack-minded players who create many chances. This only gives more credit to Foden's impressive output this year, showing his growth as a player who is now able to take over the game single-handedly. Despite the likes of Haaland in the side, Foden has still been the guy on many occasions to earn the win for Manchester City. Take his performance against Manchester United a few weeks ago, for instance. Down 1-0 to their crosstown rivals, Foden took it upon himself to change the tides of the game, scoring a brace and helping City to a 2-1 victory that kept their title charge fully intact. His second goal showcased everything positive about Foden, as he picked up the ball in front of the backline before finding an open man, continuing his run into the box where he would get the ball again and bury it in the bottom right corner on his dominant left foot. Manchester City are such a powerful team because they have so many players that can change the game single-handedly. But this year, Foden has proven time and time again that he is that player. A game changer, always dangerous when on the ball, and capable of creating or scoring the goal himself. The thing with Phil Foden is, like many other wonder kids, that everyone knew that he was going to be a talented player. In his youth years, it was already clear that he was far above his age group. with the only concern for some being his size. But as we've already seen time and time again in football, size could not matter less. In fact, Foden had to work twice as hard both in the gym and on the pitch in order to make his size become irrelevant, undoubtedly forming the elite mentality he has today. And he has gone on to prove, like many other undersized players, that if anything, his size is his advantage. Foden was so impressive as a youngster at Manchester City that Guardiola even said that he was the best player he had coached at that age, which could not be more of a compliment given that he has coached the likes of Lionel Messi, Sergio Busquets, and many more young talents. Although not the first coach to notice Foden's talents, he was certainly the man to bet on him right away. And really, there is no better manager than Pep Guardiola to get the best out of young players like Foden. Having already coached some of the best youngsters that football has ever seen, Guardiola has no hesitation in throwing young talents into the front lines, giving them their opportunities when many other managers would still bet on the older, more experienced players. Because of this, Foden has had invaluable first-team experience for many years now, allowing him to play like he has been at the top flight for decades instead of only the 4 to 5 years that he has been. Because at the end of the day, players get better every day in training but gain the most valuable experience actually playing on the big stage. And it is where young players mature the most. Having broken into the first team at the end of David Silva's career, there is no doubt that he learned a thing or two from the Spanish magician. Foden's nickname, the Stockport Iniesta, is a reference to his similarities in the Spanish midfield greats, with his flair and class giving reminders of Andres Iniesta. And going back to football and comparisons, Foden will certainly place himself alongside City greats such as David Silva, so long as he continues to do what he has been doing. With his future not looking to be anywhere but in Manchester, Foden will continue to dominate alongside his young teammates such as Erling Haaland or Julian Alvarez, amongst others. With Manchester City's absolute domination in Europe not looking like it's gonna end anytime soon, there is truly no telling how much Phil Foden will be able to achieve in his already illustrious career. Of course, there are always the possibilities of an injury occurring at any given time, or an increasingly competitive starting 11 for Manchester City. But barring any outside circumstances, it is looking like Phil Foden's numbers will only continue to improve. And with that, his legacy will only grow. With Manchester City on pace to have another absolutely excellent season, the question is, will the world start giving more credit to Phil Foden? If I'm being honest, it seems as though there is a new wonderkid in the world of football every single week. And with that, all of the hype and excitement that comes with them. But the real goal is to be as good as Phil Foden is consistently, showing it on the pitch with solid performances week in, week out, so that you no longer generate just internet hype alone, but instead genuine fear in defenders and overwhelming excitement in the fans.